Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nation server. My name is Nick and this is ugly. But this is where we last left off in the last episode, and we wanted to make an animal that was for bow shooting training, and it didn't quite turn out. So I fiddled around with some of the wood and came up with this pretty fancy design over here. Looks kind of like a duck, but still I think it's pretty cool. So now what you can do is aim your bow right there and shoot it right in the head, and then that light lights up because of the wooden pressure plate up here. And if an arrow hits a wooden pressure plate, that actually senses that arrow, and there's a little glitch, or maybe it's intended, I'm not sure. When an arrow hits the side of a block that the pressure plate is on, that will also activate, and thus this light is activated. But I want to automate this a little more, and therefore I want to hop over to my creative world. So let's do that right now. You're live right here. Let's go into the creative world and check out what I've got going there. So here is example number 1. Looks quite ugly, I know. But don't knock it till you tried it, or something like that. And for that, let's go into creative mode, game mode 0, and hit this button right here. The minecart is dispensed and the light lights up. Then if we shoot that minecart, the light goes off and we get a point or something, or the next thing goes off. And what I want to do with this is I want to have several cows around the area and then randomly let the lights turn on so that I know that I have to shoot it, and be as quick as possible so I can shoot there, and so on. And the light turns on everywhere randomly, and that's what I want to do here. So what happens is when the minecart gets dispensed, it stands on this detector rail, which activates that light obviously, and then once it's shot, it will be sucked in by this hopper right here, which is facing into the dropper, and that dropper then has something in it. So this comparator lights up, powers this block, which powers that redstone, and then we need a repeater so we can pull the signal or push the signal right into this block, which will then power the dropper, which is facing into this dispenser, so that the minecart is going up and can be used one more time. But this looks quite ugly. Yeah, it kind of does. I tried using banners, but that doesn't really help with anything. So this right here will probably be our best bet. And it's pretty simple. What we've got going on here is the same thing we've got there, just a little bit underground. The reason I wanted to have it right there, because then it would look kind of like you're shooting it in the head, but right here you're shooting it in the leg. So it's still alive, but you know, it doesn't move anymore. Something like that. It's just for bow training basically. So that's just a nice side effect I wanted to have there, but I cannot have if I want this to look nice. So what happens here when we power this, let's give it a quick redstone input. We can just use this pressure plate for now. Then that minecart gets dispensed. I know that I have to shoot it, so let's do that right now. And what happens is it gets sucked in by this hopper, then that comparator notices that and powers this dropper once again, and the minecart is right back up here in the dispenser, ready for use one more time. And that is probably, yeah, the coolest thing we can do. Now it's back in here again, and we will randomize that somehow. I think we could maybe use a dropper. Let's go into creative mode one more time and then fiddle around with this a little more. So we could maybe use a dropper, which is having a hopper on its face, and then we have random items in there, for example a bow and something stackable like a spruce wood slab. And if we take a comparator from over here and some redstone as well, we can see that when we lay redstone out of here and then power this whole gizmo and maybe place a redstone lamp at the end here, maybe somewhere here, we will see that the redstone output changes, and maybe we can use that to our advantage. So for example, we have that here. Now the lamp lit up, and now it didn't. So probably the first time this bow got dispensed, because it cannot be stacked, it will have a longer signal strength, and then this spruce wood slab can be stacked up to 64. So it's not as strong on its own when it's being dispensed into this hopper, which is feeding right back, but the redstone signal is just enough to get out of there. So now slab again, and bow again. So how we could increase these chances of, for example, this one firing off but not that one, is by adding in more stackable items like this. So the more we add, the fewer we will get the chance to get this lamp lit up. I hope you get what I mean. Yeah, you should. So now we can hit it, and there's a 1 in 5 chance. Yeah, 1 in 5 chance that the lamp will turn on. There we go. And then there's no chance at all. So maybe we can use this randomizing thing somehow to our advantage. But this is for now the project that I'm working on. But I want to move on to something else, because you have to have several projects running, as Etho likes to say. So let's go back to the nation, into the desert, and check out what I've got going there. Bye bye. Okay, let's see where we are. We are in my desert. Yeah, this teleportation machine works every time. Or maybe it's just the magic of editing, who knows. So, what do I want to do here? Well, first of all, this is our starting village. If you can remember, this is where we built the fancy fountain or well where we can get the water. But there's nothing else in this village yet, until we go into that desert. Well, then there won't be anything there either, but maybe in the future if we are successful here in the desert. Because in the desert, I said desert a lot, didn't I? Desert. There don't seem to be many caves, or at least it seems to me like that. There isn't a lot of water, and there probably isn't a lot of caves here as well, at least in my opinion. So what I did, well, let's reveal my plan first. I want to build a slime farm, because slimes are incredibly useful. For example, for sticky pistons, slime blocks, and maybe something else that will be coming out in 1.9. You never know. You can never have enough slime balls. And yeah, I want to build it over here because first of all we've got the village, and then we would also have a use for the desert here, since there are not many caves that will increase our chances of spawning slime. So what I did down here is I dug a tunnel and went below level 40 first of all, so you can see that's a Y coordinate right there. Now we're at 50, now 45, and here is below 40, because that's the area that slimes will only spawn in. And I've dug several of these halls right here, which are 3 blocks tall and then 5 by 5. That should be more than enough for a slime to spawn. And I was waiting, I don't know, 3 minutes up there, and I don't seem to see any results. I don't know how long it may take, because there are other caves around here as well. It's not cave-less, but in my opinion at least, or maybe it's just a feeling of having less caves in here. I lit up this one, by the way. Yeah, slime should spawn, and if there's mobs around here that don't want to despawn, that's a little bit bad, because then they will take up the space of the slime, if you know what I mean. So now it's just time to wait around here, and hopefully we will get lucky with a chunk, because slimes do not only spawn in swamps but also in these good old slime chunks. So the tunnels weren't dug randomly, even though they may look like it, but they were on every chunk border. Just like you can see here, now the chunk is at 15 blocks, and if we hop over, we're on another chunk right here. So you can see 15 0 15 0, and that is another chunk, and I'm trying to find a chunk in this relatively close distance, so when we're in the village we can make the slime spawn in without even doing anything. So wish me luck. I'm gonna wait here, and we will see us in just a moment. Ooh, guys, can you hear that? That is the sweet sound of a slime. Take a look at that. That is awesome. Hello, my friend. That's cool. So now we know that in this hole right here, there is a slime chunk indeed. That is very, very, very cool. I'm really happy right now. So now what we need to do with this little hole is we need to find out the exact measurements of this chunk right here, and we can do that by checking out the chunk coordinates here and then the chunk number there as well. So I think the chunk starts right around here. Yeah, this seems to be it, because the chunk says 1 right there, and then there's a 1 there as well. which, yeah, this seems to be, wait, it's quite complicated. Okay, this seems to be the chunk corner, and then we will need to dig into this direction for 16 blocks. Man, this is so exciting because I just recorded this episode, or I am recording this episode right now, on the evening that I'm here in Germany for the last day, for 1 week at least, because I'm gonna be on vacation in Belgium for, yeah, 1 week, as I said, and I didn't want to just leave you guys hanging with no episode at all of The Nation, which is not nice, obviously, because I know you guys enjoy The Nation, or at least some of you do, and that's what I like to do as well. So, yeah, this episode is gonna be a little shorter, or on the short side, but still, we've made some progress here. We found out that this right here is a slime chunk indeed, which is really making me happy. Okay. Did I dig too far? Yeah, this seems to be it. Okay, let's dig in this direction and we should be at the start once again, if everything was correct. Yeah, this seems to be our chunk. So now it's time to excavate this whole place. So basically what I wanted to say with I'm going to Belgium is that I haven't got time to record a full episode, but just short, as I said. I'm repeating myself here. I'm so excited because of the slime. Yeah, that is really cool. Let's go out, take a nap, and then we will see what we can do, because I've got some plans to excavate this place. I haven't really exactly figured out how I want to do the farm, because maybe I want to use some fancy redstone to crush them or transport them up. Haven't really figured out anything. The only thing I know that I want is that I want the slimes to end up in this village somewhere, in like a little house that doesn't seem promising or anything from the outside, but then once you go in, you will see slimes galore. That's at least my dream. And yeah, let's stay on the outside and see what I wanted to do with the excavating place. So I dug this tunnel here, and I also brought some ice with me, and I saw this idea on Etho's video where I don't know what he did there. It's actually quite a few weeks ago. Whoa. Woo. Luckily we just slept there. Oh boy. Oh boy, that is no bueno. Okay, let's collect all my stuff. Yeah, so Etho showed this at his, in his late, no, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm too excited. Well, he was digging sand, and he wanted to get rid of that sand because it messed up his inventory because there was so much of it in there. So he dug this tunnel with ice inside of it, and then he could just throw his items in there, and they would all be transported to one single chest with a hopper, and that's what I want to do here as well. So I think we can just safely say that we can dig a tunnel here. Well, maybe this is not the smartest idea because I don't exactly know where the chunk is, but we can still build a tunnel right here. It doesn't really matter. And I think we're gonna do it like this, but I haven't got signs, but we can easily craft them with the trees that are around here. This creates some water. That is great, but I don't need the water right now. So not so great at all. Destroy this. Yeah, man, I'm so excited about the slimes. This is probably my first slime chunk ever that I found legitimately by using that tunnel technique. That is really, really cool. Yeah. Okay, let's try to make the water flow how I want it to flow. Not like that. Huh. We will need signs, so let's go out, chop down a tree, and then grab some sticks from there, and then that's probably all I've got time for, because as I said multiple times now, I am going on vacation, and then we can excavate this in the next episode, or maybe I'll even do that off camera just for you, or maybe I'll even stream it. Yeah, would you watch a stream of mine? I hope you would, because I would really appreciate that. Let's go to the crafting bench and make some signs to stop the water from flowing into two directions. I just want it to flow into one, and that is into the direction that the chest will be. Okay, let's do that. I didn't want to make trapdoors. Darn it. Let's grab some more trees. Whew, okay. That was sort of dumb. Oh well. Blame the excitement. Yes, I really am excited. Maybe that's also because of the traveling that I'm involved in. That got me excited. And then that slime thing made me happy as well. Yeah. Okay, let's craft some planks and do that. Use these as well. Like that. You craft a sign like that. Okay. 6 should be enough for the beginning. Cool. My inventory is messed up as always. Oh, when I started recording it wasn't that messed up. It was all clean and all nice. But now, yeah, creeper exploded, killed me. And that meant my death. Probably. Yeah, very likely, actually. Yeah, it did mean my death. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm so sorry, guys. I really am sorry. So we're gonna place the signs like that. Place one more there. And then, because we're using ice, the items won't just stop there, but they will shoot along. And I will show you what I mean in just a moment. Just like that. Perfecto, el mundo. And let's throw something in here that you can actually see. Let's use this stone. Yeah, you can see it's flying along. And it is already right there. So we can throw it in. And it's traveling really quickly. And then we'll have a hopper right here, which collects everything. And that will be our mass storage. But that's it for this episode. You can tell I'm kind of stupid right now, irritated. I don't know what to call it. But I'm really happy. This project is coming along greatly already. And yeah, if you enjoyed this smaller episode, I hope you leave a like. And if you want to see more, make a subscribe too. Okay, I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.